Well, we saw just a short time ago today that President Biden has just finally tried to at least put a face on that he is trying to meet the challenges at the border. And, you know, instead of talking about what we're doing here in the Senate, we should have been talking about seriously addressing this issue, and the president should have been doing what he's doing today several years ago to stop the flow. So I just got back over this past week. We went with the congressional members over to do a national security congressional trip. Our first stop was Finland. Finland has an 800-mile border with Russia. And guess what they did? They've shut down their border in Finland because Russia was sending plants and scurrilous individuals across the border into Finland to get into Finland, then and into Europe, and then into wherever they want to stir up trouble. And Finland finally decided they'd had enough. So we went out to see the wall they built. It's a metal wall. It's about 15 feet high. It's got wire on the top. It's got all kinds of security cameras. It's got a road right by it. They cut the trees down and everything to secure their border. They shut down the entry points, and guess what? Nobody's entering Finland on that border. Nobody. So you can have policies if you have the will and you believe in the danger that unchecked immigration or immigration into your country can really, what the challenge of that is and the security of that. So I think President Biden maybe ought to take a trip over to Finland and see exactly how they're doing it and how effective it is and how it could be used here in the United States to move forward with our legal immigration and make sure that the flow stops. I would like to point out one thing that happened shortly before we left. We have a great advocacy group in the state of West Virginia, as I'm sure every state does, by people and families who are afflicted with Parkinson's disease. It can be a very debilitating, sad, and very tough disease that doesn't have a lot of answers in a lot of ways. And so we joined together bipartisan in this past, right before we left, a plan to end Parkinson's disease. And I want to thank my West Virginia advocates. I went to their boxing classes. I've talked with them in the grocery store. Everybody, you know, there's a spectrum of affliction that comes with Parkinson's disease. I want to thank Michael J. Fox and the Michael J. Fox Foundation for their advocacy. And we're very hopeful that this can be a great first step to ending a really devastating disease that affects so many Americans, and that being Parkinson. Thank you.